Hello there. The Soviet Union in the 30s and 40s was just crazy. It was racked with political intrigue, backstabbing, and infighting. It was frankly a miracle they got anything done at all, especially after Operation Barbarossa in 1941, let alone actually winning in the end. But the state of the Soviets isn't really represented well in games, especially in HOI4. So long as you go down the focus tree in a good order, you can get very, very strong and win no problem. So this makes me wonder, could the Soviet Union win the fight while taking no national focuses whatsoever? Can the USSR throw back the German hordes at the gates with no national focuses at all? And just for a bit more spice, no research either. For more explorations into historical possibilities in stupid challenges like this, why not subscribe and like the video for new ones every Friday at 5 o'clock British time. I'll lose my mind eventually. Okay, here we are, the Soviet Union. We can't do any focuses or any research whatsoever. I think the hardest part of this challenge is going to be the no research. I am stuck with only what I start with, and I can get nothing else. So I'm going to get weaker and weaker as the game goes on. It's not all bad though, because we do already start with quite a lot of tech. Most importantly, engineers in support equipment, so I can defend, as well as trucks. Glorious trucks. And perhaps the only reason I was okay with accepting this challenge, I start with anti-air, so I won't get obliterated. I have no anti-tank though, so let's just hope that the German AI doesn't remember that they can build tanks. Another problem with no research, I can't ever get more building slots, so I'm trapped with just what I have here. So there's no point building any infrastructure to improve construction speed. I'll get some civs so I can get some forts together later, but I really do need to think about getting mill factories, because I'm going to need a lot of stuff. I'm also going to be sticking to mass assault doctrine, which is the weirdly historical option for the Soviet Union, entirely because it reduces infantry combat width, and it means I can have more infantry in my divisions. I just need to put as many men as possible. The one resource I have unlimited amounts of, manpower. So I'm just going to throw them at the Germans and hope we survive. Also, I have hundreds of really useless tanks that I start with that will get absolutely obliterated if I try to use them. So let's just put them on the market and sell them. Why not? Maybe some idiot will buy them. Okay, here is the biggest challenge for this whole run. Factionalism. It's the political paranoia system. If you're not aware, the Soviet Union has a certain mustache man who is really paranoid. So over time, he gets really angry and starts yeeting people. Advisors, generals, just destroying your country, it doesn't matter, he'll do it. You can get rid of it through the focus tree, which you really need to do. But I can't, so I'm stuck with this forever. There's some things I can do. I can spend the little currency I have, political power, to get rid of some of it, but basically I have to spend the whole game juggling all of the massive penalties Papa Stalin's going to be giving me. I also have no way to get stability except through improved worker conditions, which wrecks my production, but I have to do it because Soviet stability is bad at the start of the game. We're going to do a pretty standard path to get war economy really early to make our economy better, attaches to Spain, and volunteers as soon as we can. And also I can send mountaineers to get some experience, which I desperately need. And here is the very first bad event from the political paranoia system. Usually they're pretty terrible and I have to lose someone I really care about, but sometimes they're admirals, and I don't give a flying about this guy. So I can just yeet him and save political paranoia. We're also going to be very friendly and go to free trade. Yay, we love to trade with our neighbors. But really, I just want the construction speed. Alright, I did have to lose one general from the next event, but it's okay. He's just like a crappy skill 1 general. It's all random, so you just have to sort of hope you don't lose anyone too important. I also have a repeatable forge production reports that I can do, I think every 3 months or 6 months or something. That does help a bit. This is an absolutely massive Carlist Spain uprising. This doesn't always happen in historical games, I don't think. Ooh, another bit of luck. Another massive event gets rid of an advisor that I can literally never have because he's for an alt history branch of the focus tree that I can't use anyway, so I don't care. Honestly, a lot of this run is just waiting for 1941 and the Germans to arrive. No research, no focuses, just building guns and putting them in the hands of Russian conscripts. Wow, so historical. Oh boy, the German-Soviet treaty. I'm going completely historical, so I have to accept it, even though I literally can't make use of any of these benefits. Research? What is that? There are no scientists left. Also, just realized that I can't send volunteers to China, so I have to just completely ignore everything going on in Asia. Turns out that's limited to focuses. I didn't know that, so oh well, bye China. It's 1938, time to finally start building military factories. I need so many. Ooh, this is the worst event in the game for me. This one right here, okay? This one gets rid of the head of the NKVD and replaces him with someone worse. And if I click this top button, I get more political paranoia per week for the rest of the game. If I get this event, I always have to turn it down, which increases my paranoia and costs me political power. If I get this event too many times during the course of the game, I could just lose. At least I've been getting a lot of army XP, so let's put Tukhachevsky in charge and get the doctrines while I can. I really just need to rush down the ones that reduce my combat width for infantry, so I can stake more warm bodies on the river line. Also, speaking of terrible military decisions, I made the mistake of putting my last Spanish volunteers on Valencia, the capital. Turns out Republican Spain will not surrender until they lose this city, so I have to lose every single one of my volunteers. They all have to be yeeted into the stratosphere for the conflict to end. I don't get them back, so I just wasted several divisions for no reason. Oh, and I also forgot about Galkangol, the Japanese attack, so I lose. I've also finally got a whole field marshal's worth of units. That's 5 armies of 24 divisions, 120 boys all told, so let's put them on the line. We're gonna have to give up a little bit of territory because I really just need to sit on the major rivers, with a little bit of jutting out around Vitebsk and also Kiev because there's a very valuable supply hub there. And we're also going to have a reserve line right behind it to yeet more boys onto the line if any bit starts to fail. Also got some boys up by Finland, which we'll touch on a bit later. Oh yes, Germany wants to buy trucks off of me. You go right ahead. Fuel my economy. And the Brits buying crappy light tanks. Let's go. Alright, it is now July 1940. We have almost exactly 1 year until the Germans come. So that means it's time to begin building forts. We're just going to put as many forts as we can afford to build on the entirety of our defensive line. Is it cheesy? Yes. And is it so necessary that if I don't do it, I'll die? Also, yes. All right, there we go. I spent ages building forts. This is the situation. I've got my boys on the line. I've also got some spare crappy NKVD divisions I can't delete. I'm going to put them on the German line, and they're just going to, explode. But their whole purpose is to slow down the Germans so it takes them longer to get to my line. This gives me a little bit more time to build forts. At the cost of about 50,000 manpower, but whatever. I just hope 5 armies on the front line is going to be enough with another couple armies in reserve. I've also got a quick response force of like 8 divisions nearby on some supply hubs, just in case there's any breaches or anything needs fast reinforcement. Also, it's time to actually change all the divisions to the correct template. 9 infantry battalions? Oh, hell no. This is what we're going with. That's right, 12 infantry battalions, an artillery, and an anti-air with all the support equipment I can muster. This is an extremely expensive division. It is absolutely chonky as well. But based on my testing, it is the most efficient way to get the anti-air I need to survive Germany's air force, as well as having enough defense and organization to not collapse instantly. After changing them over, this is what our deficits look like. Oh boy. And it's only going to get worse because now I need to train everyone to as close to veteran as possible. Another reason I was able to do this run at all, the non-aggression pact with Japan is actually not focus-based. It happens as a result of an event. So, yes please, don't attack me, Japan. Right, here it is. They're a bit late. It's September, but let's go. Oh god, I haven't put generals on the armies yet. There's no one in charge. Oh god, go, 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 go. Alongside the main line, we do have some fallbacks against Finland because they attacked me as well. We're going to hold on Leningrad, and behind 2 rivers just east of that, it's actually really easy to hold the finish here. I only need to hold 6 tiles outside of Leningrad, 3 behind a river here and 3 behind over there. One really sad thing is I will never get to do Order 227 and then all of the massive bonuses you get from the Great Patriotic War because it's locked behind a focus tree. I just get to stare at it forever and never use it. In case you were wondering why I'm holding Kiev and also Dnipropetrovsk, is because these are major cities, but also big supply hubs, and I just don't want Germany to get them. So I'm going to invest in my mountaineers and hope that they're good enough to hold on to Kiev, so I don't lose that valuable supply hub. Also, I forgot to move all of my divisions to the finish line, so I only just made it with strat redeployment. That was a close one. Oh, this is the other major Great Purge event I need to avoid. It just gets rid of all of my good generals. I cannot do this, so I have to pay the massive cost to avoid it. They've reached our line. Here come the very first attacks. And here comes some help from America. Thanks, Roosevelt. Oh, look at the air map mode. 1,000 planes are hitting us. I built some anti-air in the states themselves, which should protect against strap bombing, and there's lots of anti-air in the divisions, so I just have to hope that passively over the course of many months and years, the Luftwaffe destroy themselves on my anti-air. Took them a month to get here, but they're on the line. They're hitting me basically everywhere, and I'm winning every fight so far. Anytime it starts looking dicey or maybe too many divisions will retreat, I will just pull divisions from the reserve line to replenish them, and hopefully that will be enough to avoid losing even a single tile. Oh yeah, barely even 1 month of fighting and we've already dealt almost 250,000 casualties. It's not all good though, it's a little precarious. I almost had a breach on the river line, but I was able to put more divisions in just in time. Oh, here's something pretty cool. We can actually pierce the German tank divisions. Combination of both line and support artillery and anti-air gives us just enough piercing that we can break 1940 and 41 tanks. Oh, also I experimented with adding another infantry battalion to my divisions. I thought, I've got loads of equipment, why not, right? I totally forgot that different combat tactics reduce combat width, making it so that only one division at a time could actually defend. So literally none of my reserve divisions could actually even fight in any battle. So I'm just gonna undo that now. It was a test, it was a bad idea. Probably should have just not done it, but hey, you gotta play around, you gotta have fun. Let me know in the comments if this is a really bad idea, but I think I'm gonna also make a light tank. We start with the improved light tank chassis and limited artillery techs, so let's make the best possible light tank we can, with as much armor and damage as we can, and then yeet it into some tank divisions for some pushes later on, because I don't really think I'm going to be able to do any kind of pushes with the infantry. I think it's going to have to just be tanks. They're going to take literally years to build enough of, but I got nothing but time. And of course, name it after our most recent patron, Ferkely. And if you want your name as some of the divisions or some of my stupid design templates, while also supporting the channel, you can do so using the links down below. It is now December, it's winter time, they're basically going to have to stop attacking me. There's nothing they can do now. Come on, we got this. Bad weather is going to increase attrition, yes, but also massively lower attack, so they're not going to be able to do anything until spring. They are sinking a crap ton of my convoys though, because I'm having to import so many resources because I'm on free trade. So I think I just need to block off all the sea zones that are not on the very east, because otherwise they're going to get sunk by German subs. Alright, we made it to 1942. Not really been doing much attacks. We've shot down a good number of planes and inflicted almost 1,000,000 casualties so far, which is very nice. We've also had our very first breach in the line at the very south, but because they were so massively undersupplied, we were able to push it out by just yeeting dozens of divisions at them. Yep, just as I expected, we're in spring now, it's March, and they are attacking me on the entirety of the line, but it's all green bubbles, we're good. I've also been building a couple strat bombers at the lowest tech level, and I've got 2 ready, so I might try and move them to eastern Poland to blow up railways, just to kind of make their job a little bit harder. Ah, damn it, a great purge I can't stop that I really don't want to deal with. I got no political power, so I have to accept it. Good news is though, we're holding really well, we're shooting down tons of planes, and the British have already invaded Sardinia. In case you couldn't tell, I really need to wait for the Allies to help me out. And look how determined I am to hold this line, by the way. I actually built a supply hub in the south. It took like a year to build, but I had to. Otherwise, I was going to keep losing this very southern tip. It has officially been 1 year since the attacks began. It's September, and they've been doing nothing all summer. They've just been chilling, and so have I. I've been rebuilding my equipment and just getting strong in preparation for their next offensives. Also, I just realized I haven't put anyone in the military high command. I probably should have done that. Thanks to the weirdly peaceful front line, I now have a ton of surplus equipment, so I can turn down the factories on those and yeet them into building Ferkelies, because we're going to try and get out a good dozen tank divisions for a push in, I don't know, 10 years. This is crazy. It's April now. They haven't attacked me since September. This is great. We've been very peaceful, just building away. Let's see what happens if I try to attack them. Let's just see if it works. Ooh, I do not do well on the offensive. Oh, my boys are very weak. I don't have any planning bonus, so that's probably a big reason why, but still, damn. I've also been building the best planes I could possibly manage with my limited techs, and I've been training them up, but just not doing anything with them because there was no point just throwing them in the Luftwaffe. But now that some of them have been shot down, let's just see what happens. Maybe we can attrition them down a bit. I think we're doing pretty well. Let's just start building tons of infantry divisions for future pushes. Let's just get way more than we could possibly need. In fact, let's do a limited test. We pulled some boys off of the Finnish border and put them by Leningrad. Can we push Finland? Oh my god. We're very weak. We're losing so much equipment to this. Okay, we do win. We do take the 1 forest tile to the left, but It's really difficult. Let's try to get a really powerful tactical bomber, and maybe we can try to blow up supply hubs behind enemy lines. Maybe that'll work. And that is as far as I can get on the Finnish border. Even with all these units on 3 tiles against 1 enemy tile, I cannot defeat them. I guess back to sitting quietly. But maybe it won't be so bad. Look, the British have invaded Italy. With any luck, they might actually capitulate them within a year. Ooh, also, Turkey has joined the Allies. That feels weird. That shouldn't happen, right? Right, it's June 1944. There's no D-Day appearing, and I've just been sitting here. I've got an offensive army and all the tanks I've built on the open bit of plains in the north. Let's see if I can do like a little encirclement. Maybe I could wrap around here, push them against the Lithuanian border, and then, I don't know, encircle a bunch. Let's try. Okay, yeah, look at this. We are pushing through. That's not too bad. Okay, this is kind of a thin corridor, and I'm getting stuck as I get further in because they're putting a lot of reserve divisions on me. Oh, yeah, no, I'm too scared. I don't want to lose everything. Retreat, retreat, retreat. Pull back, pull back. We tested it. We tried it. We can push. We just can't push that much. All right, we pull back successfully. It just didn't work. We got to wait for D-Day, which hopefully will happen eventually because they are naval invading Italy in 3 different places. Okay, that was pretty fast. The Allies are doing well. There goes Italy. They have been puppeted and split into 2. So hopefully they can push north, take Milan, and maybe capitulate the remaining bad Italians. Maybe we could think about a general push as well, like try and help out and meet them in Berlin. What the hell? I thought we had a non-aggression pact. No, I guess they broke it. Okay, so Japan is now attacking us. I have no one there. Why did this happen? Is it because Denmark just broke away and declared independence? Let me know in the comments if you can figure this out. It might not be too bad though. Japan is actually losing in China pretty heavily. And I've got a bunch of divisions almost trained. We could just pop them out in Vladivostok and see if we can, I don't know, push down to Korea. Let's go. The Germans are also hitting me again on the main line. It's like they knew my attention would be divided. Sneaky. Ooh, okay. Actually, Japan is getting knocked out of China, but they have taken the entirety of Indonesia. No one is contesting them. That's a problem. Oh yeah, they've got a lot of divisions on like the Manchukuo and Korean line. Oh, they're going to be better than me, and they're going to have air. I'm going to get wrecked. All right, it's January 1945, and we're at a stalemate on the Eastern Front. The Far Eastern Front, I mean. Japan and Manchukuo are slowly pushing me back, but I just have to do what I can. And the main front on the west is pretty stoic. The Finnish are pushing, but we're holding them back, and there is still no goddamn D-Day. Come on, allies. I've tried to do a limited push again in the same place, and unfortunately, all of my tank divisions can be pierced by the enemy infantry. They don't even have anti-tank, just their tech is so good that they get enough base piercing to destroy me. Honestly, a big part of me is regretting going down mass assault. I wanted the warm bodies for the riverline defense, but I think ground battle plan might have been the smarter move. More entrenchment, more planning bonus. Oh well. I also think I made a mistake in holding so long. I maybe should have been trying to be more aggressive at the start, because as time's gone on, the Germans have just gotten better and better tech. Case in point, I think Kiev is about to fall. No! Yep, there it goes. I couldn't reinforce it enough in time. That's okay, I still have all of my behind the river defenses. Oh, no I don't. They've breached me. I didn't even realize. Oh, no, just east of Kiev. They've made a breach. No. Okay, I've got reserve troops to just deploy them fast and try to hold it back. I also have to build a new supply hub behind Kiev as well, which is going to take until September to build it. Alright, looks like we've held the breach on the river. I don't know why they just sort of stopped attacking. I guess it's because I threw 20 divisions at the line, but we're okay. We're okay. Oh my god, yes, thank you. America has finally invaded Japan. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, that should knock Japan out of the war, and it means I can move my boys from the east to the west. Also, I have had the failure of the NKVD event like 50 times. I keep having to pay political power. This is crushing me. Oh, America here to save the day. They're gonna send me 12,000 Thompsons a month. Let's go. Yes, there goes Japan. I barely did anything to help. Of course, this means I get to take pretty much nothing in the peace deal. Yeah, I got nothing. I puppeted the tiniest part of Japan and gave them like Hokkaido and 1 bit. That's it. I wasn't even able to get South Sakhalin. That was so useless. Now there's just like a big China and an American Japan. But now we can all move west and hold out and wait for another couple of years for the Americans to save me. Ooh, and there goes the Vichy annexation. That means North Africa is going badly for the Axis. This is actually really good because it makes Germany have to garrison all of southern France, and it distracts them further. Oh wow, the line is really thin up here. There's like 1 division per tile. What am I doing? I gotta push. Yeah, let's reform everything. Let's make it like a proper front line. Maybe we can we do this? Can we do this on our own? Oh my god, we can. I've pushed and I've managed to encircle like 6 divisions. The tanks are actually really helping. There's just no Germans here. I guess they've gone south to help Italy. They have suffered 6 million casualties from the British alone, so that might be a reason as well. There's not even any German tanks here. It's all just infantry, and they're so thin in the north. Let's do it. I gotta be careful though, because the moment they put any more divisions than like 2 in a tile, I lose. I just cannot do anything. Okay, yeah, this is as far as I can push, just past Minsk. They've reinforced. I can't do any more. I guess we just wait out the winter. At least the Allies have pulled their thumb out their ass and actually started attacking in Italy. Look at all those beautiful bubbles. Seriously, just take Milan and then you can save the day. I've got 130 German divisions on my border. The least you can do is do anything. Oh, okay. Wow, the world's getting worse. The Chinese Civil War has resumed. Communist China is in for it. I can actually invite them to my faction, but I somehow don't feel like attacking China. So you're good. You carry on. I'm sorry, Mao. You're done. Oh, we've actually been pushed back by the Finnish. They are surprisingly strong thanks to their unique bonuses. So I've got to make like another fallback line with more forts. Thank goodness I've been training so many spare divisions. And Turkey's attacking Iran and not calling me in, so I can't take Iran. What is going on in this world? Also, Finland pushed me around Leningrad as well, but I can still hold the city and the river line. This does also give me the whole Leningrad mission, which gets me a bit of war support and stability, so that's kind of nice, I guess. I'm losing to Finland. We also have a kind of D-Day at Marseille, so hopefully more Allied divisions will pour into Europe. Oh my god! What the hell? A nuke! The Americans just nuked Stuttgart. What? Why? Just apropos of nothing, they just threw a nuke at a city in southwestern Germany. Everyone remembers the historical nuking of Stuttgart. But it's okay, Milan has been taken, so Italy will fall apart. Hopefully, they can now actually do something and push into the heart of Germany. And the line is super thin in the north now, and I've got so much planning bonus, let's just go. How much can we take? Yes, oh, it's happening. I'm finally breaking through. I'm just throwing a dozen tank divisions anytime there's a weak spot, and they just don't react very well. I think the Germans are basically out of equipment and low on manpower, so their divisions are very weak and slow. I can't do anything about the southern or like middle front, but the northern front is collapsing, so I'm gonna see if I can rush into Germany. Also, because I'm trying to have 5 entire army groups only in the north, I'm having to like shrink the line from the south and move reserve units to cover those gaps that I make in the south as well, without losing too much entrenchment. Also, it's finally happened. I did not realize it, but I think Germany has officially run out of air. I don't know, maybe the planes were in Stuttgart or something, but I now have air supremacy with my limited fighters and CAS, so I'm just putting them in every zone I can, and it is helping massively. The Allies are also strap bombing the crap out of Germany and destroying all their factories. This is probably why they're out of equipment. I think the insanity of Stalin has started to creep into the rest of the army. Konstantin Roskirovsky is accusing Konstantin Roskirovsky. Okay, buddy. Oh yes, we've liberated Warsaw. I'm just snaking, man. I'm just pushing as far as I can. Who knows when the Germans might send more against me. I am so nervous about all the divisions still trapped in the east. At any point, they could try to push and maybe break me. But thankfully, I think the AI is too preoccupied. And honestly, I couldn't try to push them even if I wanted to. There's marshland and river and forts. It just wouldn't work. I've got to just keep pushing into Germany and hope I can destroy them. Okay, yeah, I think it does have to be me. The Allies have just stopped. There are no more attacks in the south of France. I guess they've decided to rest? They're just letting me do everything. Again, this is historical. We're finally just about to push into Germany, and I'm not sure if you've noticed the date, by the way, but it's 1948. I've been playing this game for hours. But I think it's time. Berlin is within my sights. Oh, finally, yes, the fall of Berlin, we did it. No thanks to you, Allies. Also, Bulgaria is in a civil war and has joined my faction? Okay, I have never even come within 1,000 miles of Bulgaria, but whatever. Thank you. Okay, yeah, I think it's done. Germany is collapsing. I am battle planning this. We are losing several 100,000 manpower a month to this push because I'm just being incredibly overzealous, but it's working. It's taken a very long time, but thanks to endless pushes, millions of Soviet lives, and 2 collab governments, we did it. We capitulated Germany. Unfortunately, we don't have that much score because we weren't really fighting for most of the war. The game ended. What? I pieced out and the game ended. Why did this happen? Whatever, we can still hit continue. This is what we were able to take. Not very much. Romania and Poland and bits of the east. That's it. Not really that worth it. We are, of course, still fighting Finland, because that conflict is just against us, but I'm going to call it here. I think we did it. We defeated the Axis with no focuses and no research. This was hell. Also, Germany is still mega strong despite being democratic. They own tons of territory. That's going to be a problem for the Cold War. This has been very challenging. I've had to do so much micro just to maintain the line. Make sure to subscribe for new videos every week, as well as liking the video. And I'd love a comment down below with a suggestion for a new video challenge you'd like to see me do. You can join YouTube memberships or Patreon so as to see some behind the scenes thoughts on the videos and a whole other bunch of benefits as well. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.